So, guys, it is official. In the next couple of days, President Ramaphosa will be meeting with President Trump in the United States of America. I'm sure this is one of the most anticipated meetings that the world is waiting to see. And if you go on social media, you will see that there are people that are already panicking on behalf of President Ramaphosa, saying that, man, please, man, you don't have to do this. You don't have to go to the White House because if you go to the White House, they are going to have you for lunch. They are going to turn you into Zelensky 2.0. This meeting with Donald Trump is going to end in tears. It is going to end with you cry. And this is what other people are saying on social media. But regardless of that, 2 days ago, the presidency released a statement on social media saying that President Ramaphosa to undertake a working visit to the United States of America. President Cyril Ramaphosa will embark on a working visit to the United States of America from the 19th to the 22nd of May 2025. On Wednesday, the 21st of May 2025, President Ramaphosa will meet with President Donald Trump at the White House in Washington, D.C. to discuss bilateral, regional, and global issues of interest. The president's visit to the United States provides a platform to reset the strategic relationship between the two countries. So, guys, speaking about the people that are actually concerned about how this meeting is going to end, you remember that 2 days ago, I actually did an update about this story, and I said that I don't want Donald Trump to give Cyril Ramaphosa the Zelensky treatment because I understand that if Donald Trump gives Cyril Ramaphosa that treatment they gave to Zelensky, this is actually going to result with the ANC winning the elections because the people in this country, they are going to sympathize so much with the ANC and they will go to the booth to vote for the ANC. So for the sanity of this country and for the success of this country, I hope that this meeting with Donald Trump actually goes out well because if there's any drama there, these people will come out and play the victims and the people of this country are going to fall for that nonsense. But it is clear that I'm not the only person who is worried about the kind of treatment that Ramaphosa might actually get in the United States of America because there's an article that came out saying that Ramaphosa expects to be accorded highest level of decorum in the Trump meeting, says the presidency. So it is clear that even right now, even the presidency, it is quite concerned about the treatment that the president might actually get. But right now they are saying that no, man, nothing is actually going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. So this article says that Minister in the Presidency Khumbudzo Ntshavheni said that President Ramaphosa and Trump may differ on issues around trade and South African domestic affairs, but he doesn't anticipate any mistreatment or embarrassment when the two meet in Washington next week. Minister in the Presidency Khumbudzo Ntshavheni said that President Ramaphosa expects a level of decorum when he engages in high-level talks with the United States President Donald Trump. Ntshavheni said that Ramaphosa and Trump may differ on issues around trade and South African domestic affairs, but that doesn't anticipate any mistreatment or embarrassment when the two meet in Washington, D.C. Their meeting will come a week after 49 Afrikaners left the country bound for the U.S. after being granted refugee status by the Trump administration. Minister Khumbudzo Ntshavheni said that despite the tensions, they expect a constructive engagement. I mean, right now, it's almost as if these people are trying to convince themselves that, guys, this is going to work out well. This is going to work out well. And on this topic, I'm on their side. I'm on their side. I am actually hoping that everything goes out well. Quote, so there is no one who invites a guest to mistreat them. So we are expecting the highest level of decorum and necessary protocols to be accorded, says the minister in the presidency. Ntshavheni said that the two would also discuss a trade and try to find a common ground, with Ramaphosa said to present a trade package to the United States of America. Quote, Ntshavheni says that as the president has indicated, there will be a deal. We will offer a package. In April, Trump announced reciprocal tariffs on trading partners, including a 30% tax on South Africa, before pausing them for 90 days. So clearly, even the presidency is quite worried about the treatment that President Ramaphosa might actually get. And if you are sitting there thinking that, okay, maybe we are just reading too much into this. You must just remember what happened with Zelensky at the White House. Just remember how Zelensky was slapped around and turned into a joke. And clearly, there are some correspondents in the United States of America. They are also worried about the kind of treatment that Cyril Ramaphosa might get in the United States of America.
And I think the difficulty for President Ramaphosa, as you correctly identified, is first that President Trump has in his mind these fixed positions that the South African government, of course, argues are based on disinformation. President Trump has repeatedly suggested that Afrikaner farmers are being expropriated of their land without compensation under the terms of the Expropriation Act. And he's also advanced in recent days the argument that Afrikaner farmers are the victims of genocide in South Africa. And clearly, President Ramaphosa needs and wants to push back on that disinformation, but it is clearly also very fixed in the president's mind. And so the scenes that you spoke about that played out when President Volodymyr Zelensky was barracked at the White House, I think essentially mugged at the White House by President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance, there is every risk of that happening again with every foreign leader that wanders through the doors of the Oval Office with whom the president has a disagreement. And one of the difficulties that every foreign leader now experiences, and President Ramaphosa will find this out for himself, is that this White House has changed the nature of those traditional photo opportunities in the Oval Office when the two foreign leaders first get together. Under normal circumstances, all previous presidents would allow the cameras to come in for a couple of minutes. You'd get your pictures of the two presidents talking to one another. They'd make cursory remarks of welcome and thanks. They might take a question or two, but then they would want to get on with the closed-door business of the meeting, which is the serious conversation. And so the cameras would all be ejected from the room. That's not the way it works with President Trump. This is the Trump show. For him, the reality television nature of forcing his guests to go through impromptu news conferences that can last, in the case of Volodymyr Zelensky, longer than 55 minutes.
So, guys, I don't know. What do you think about this meeting of Donald Trump and Cyril Ramaphosa? How do you think the meeting is going to go? Because me, as a South African man, like I said, guys, I'm going to say this again. As a South African, I am hopeful that this meeting actually goes out well. Because if Donald Trump or the Trump administration, they start to go hard on Cyril Ramaphosa, that would automatically set this country back. All of this work that we have done to discredit the ANC and to try to get the ANC out of office, it would be for nothing. Because South Africans would actually look at how Ramaphosa was treated by Donald Trump and they would sympathize with it. You know how South African voters are. They would actually sympathize with it. So if Donald Trump gives Ramaphosa that Zelensky treatment that everybody is worried about, Donald Trump himself, he would have actually set us back as a country. And this is one thing that we need to understand. I know that there are a lot of people that have said on social media that we want Donald Trump to actually do to Ramaphosa what he did to Zelensky. But you need to understand that if that happens, it is going to cost this country dearly. And we cannot afford a situation where the ANC wins the elections again. We need to get rid of the ANC. So if this meeting goes out well, then we continue our work of getting rid of the ANC. But if this meeting goes the way that other people are actually hoping, then this country would actually be set back for decades to come. So this meeting is going to be very important. This meeting is going to be very important. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Please tell me what do you think on the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.